snake oil! Hi everyone, Anthony Fantano here, the internet's busiest music nerd. It is really hot today, it is really humid today, but we still need to do it. We still need to do an album review, and we're going to do one of the new Snake Oil LP. Snake Oil. And this is actually the first time I'm reviewing a band from my own backyard of Connecticut. Snake Oil is a collective of 10 musicians, from what I've been told, hailing from my state and New York and Massachusetts. And even though there are a lot of cooks in on this broth, the band still comes together with a pretty cohesive instrumental psych rock sound for this self-titled debut. It's 9 tracks, 29 minutes, but most of the songs here do last long enough to leave an impression on me. Who posted that picture of me with hair? Was it you? Are you sure? Well, someone posted it. It's just I used to have hair, so what? Now I just shave my head. Well, like I said, between the 9 tracks on this LP, Snake Oil comes up with a direction. It's not the most original direction in the world, but still cohesive. Now for me, easily the best thing this album has going for it, the production. Guitar, bass, organ, drums, various sound effects and studio tricks. All of them come through clear as a bell. And when all the sounds layer over each other on some of these tracks into this sweet sonic casserole of psychedelia, I just want to shove it in my ears and try to find a way to eat it that way. That guitar on the song I Was a Total Pyro, the opener to this LP. Listening to that for me is like wearing 3 sweaters in a sauna. I just start perspirating listening to it. And that song's got a pretty nice groove to it too, and that's the thing I like about this album. A lot of great grooves. The track No Feral Animal is another great groove on this LP. I love the way that song moves, and I love the Oriental-esque guitar melody bouncing over that track. It's like dropping a bunch of ice cubes into an empty glass all at once. There are a few quieter moments on here which go over alright, like on the song Jung Greasy, which has a tempo maintained by a drum machine. And while that sort of carries on and keeps the song constant, keeps it moving, the band just creates a soundscape of guitar feedback and cymbal crashes. But I think my favorite softer moment here is Seedle in the Salt Flats, one of the tracks toward the end of this LP. And that song to me has a sense of place more than any other track here. Listening to that is kind of like wandering through the desert into some kind of kaleidoscopic horizon with swirling clouds and multicolored buzzards and tumbleweeds. I love the beat it starts off with, and when that first guitar comes in, it's but I'm not completely in love with this LP. I do have my reservations about it. There are a lot of points here where it doesn't rock. And I don't mean like there are softer moments here. I don't mean there are quieter tracks. I mean the louder songs at some moments feel way too rigid and mechanical, constrained. Take the track Can of Love and the Captain, for example. The riff on that track that drops at around the 2-minute mark. I kind of feel like at that point a bomb should be going off, but at best it just kind of sounds like a firecracker. It's just the band is latching onto this really constant tempo and they're not really moving together as a unit on some parts of this album. Just sometimes where the drums are going and where the rest of the instrumentation is going seems like a different place. So some of the instrumentals here do come off sounding like sugar-coated psychedelics, like they would soundtrack a scene where a character is doing drugs in an after-school special, or like I could see them going over pretty well in an elevator, like a trippy elevator. There are a few spots here where Snake Oil feels like they're letting go, getting a little noisier, like on the last track or Echo Center, but it's just not enough for me. I want to be overwhelmed, damn you. Still, the sound, the recording, a lot of the melodies, the grooves are all pretty good on this album, and for the most part the textures here really shoot for something similar to Dumbo Gets Mad or even Black Moth's Super Rainbow without all the fuzz and weird vocals. It's not amazing me, but it's a solid debut. There are links below this video on YouTube and on theneedledrop.com, where you can hear cuts of this record. This thing is self-released. The band is selling the vinyl and the digital on their website. Let me know what you think of it. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Why? And what should I be reviewing next? Anthony Fantano, Snake Oil, forever.